Welcome to the Marble Sports Worldwide Podcast, where we discuss and analyze your favorite marble sports. From JMR Marble League to I'll Go Do tournaments, we'll make sure you never miss the action. All marble sports, all the time, right here on the MSW Podcast.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Marble Sports Worldwide Podcast. My name is Brendan.
And I'm Commander Wolf.
And we have a new half-host tryout today. That's what we call them now, half-hosts, because they come on every other episode. And that is, goes by the name Wolves. So, Wolves, say hello to all the fans out there.
Hello. I'm Wolves.
Hello, indeed. You are Wolves.
Yes.
Can we get a howl?
Woo! What has my life become that I'm just like on a podcast about marbles and some guys just like, hey, can you howl for me? I'm like, all right, cool.
This is the pinnacle. This is the pinnacle of your year. Okay, this is definitely the pinnacle.
It is the last part.
It is the
pinnacle.
Yes.
The climax is like the second last page of the book.
That is true.
Yeah.
Anyway, wow, I'm just blanking on words right now.
No.
This intro is a mess, but we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it going. Keep it
Anyway,
going.
we have to keep going.
Keep it going.
Letting our audience know, Wolves is one of our longtime listeners and has been very active in the live chats for the past few episodes. I'm not sure when it started, but he has been here for quite a while, and so I'm excited to see. I don't think we've actually ever had Wolves on the show, if I'm not mistaken. So this
No, we have not.
A
This is
fun
the first
experience.
time.
First for Wolves, coming on not only for his first time, but to try out as half host. So,
Yes.
we will see how this goes. I don't know. It's all about the chemistry, so I don't know
make it
what
as
that
it
means,
goes.
but we're gonna try it anyway. Yeah, make it up as we go.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I hope everybody out there had a Merry Christmas and is not blanking on words as much as I am. And I certainly had a great Christmas because I got this new mic that's in front of me right now, this awesome Blue Yeti mic that hopefully sounds at least a little bit better than the old one, because it's supposed to sound a little bit better than the old one. So hopefully that's working out for you guys. And that's really all the announcements I got today. MSWAL is coming along really well. We have the first event recorded, and we're editing that. I mean, it's just going great. If you're in the Discord, you've noticed all the reveals, which are stunning. Big thanks to Elijah again for all that editing work. Yeah, we're just kind of waiting
Elijah's
to see.
brother specifically.
Okay,
who is the one who
Elijah's
made the
brother.
artwork.
We understand. We're just kind of waiting to see what Marbula 1's going to be like. That's really like the big suspense right now, because
That's what everyone's
we
waiting
don't
for.
even know. Yeah, because we've never seen this done before, ever. So we're kind of confused, but you know what? I'm super excited for it. I'm in a draft league already for it. Who did I pick for that? I picked like some random. I picked Savage Speeder, like one of the Savage Speeders players, and like a Mellow Yellow player.
You're just all
Mellow
willy-nilly with your teams
much better
picked.
than they seem.
Yeah. I can't remember who I picked, but we can go over our picks after
I just remember.
the news.
Right, because this is the intro. Yeah. I mean, I really feel like I'm just rambling right now.
He's rambling.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're making time for the sports segment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, to be honest, I really do feel like I'm rambling right now. So I'm sorry, guys, if I'm not on my game today. But you know what? Hopefully my other hosts are. So let's just get to the news and hear some good Johnny Marble voice.
fans! I am Johnny Marble, as always, bringing you the news for MSWN. So hey, let's jump right into it. And folks, the 2019 Sand Marble Rally has come to a close along with the year, so happy 2020. And the champion of the rally is Red Number 3. And this marks a big part in JMR history, as my boy, Red Number 3, is the first ever repeat Le Champion for any of their competitions, including the Marble League itself. And while sure he placed 8th in race number 8, the champ had a big enough lead that Super Ball's impressive 5th place performance just wasn't enough for him to win the day. In other news though, the Marble reveals for the Marble Sports Worldwide Algodo League, that's a mouthful, so let's shorten it to MSWAL, have begun in preparation for the release of event number 1 in January. And these marbles are the following: Black Eye, Razzmatazz, and Crescent. These marbles have all been designed by Jack Ironhide, thank you, the man who has designed the other artwork for the podcast, as well as the posters for Marbula 1 and even some art for the rollout. The MSW is excited to have such a talented artist helping with MSWAL, and we can't wait to see the rest of the marbles that he has designed and come up with. And hey, from me to you, Jack, you're doing darn fine work. But hey, that is the news. I've been Johnny Marble. Let's take it back to Brendan and continue on with the podcast.
Hey guys, welcome back from the news. Wow, that spiked up a lot in the waveform. I am tired tonight, but I hope Johnny Marble brought the same excited energy that he always brings. By the way, I hope you wrote the news, Mr. Woff, because I did not.
I've been writing the news a lot in these past episodes.
Yeah,
I can write this one too if I need to. But I'm sure as our fans heard from the news, if they didn't all know already, Red Number 3 has won the Sand Marble Rally 2019 and is the very first repeat champion.
The very first. You know, he's kind of a keychain, so maybe that has something to do with it. Refer to the novels in the Reddit. But yeah, any thoughts on that?
Any thoughts on it? I called it for me. I knew like it was just gonna be happening. Like Red Number 3 is I think statistically the best performer.
So you just had a feeling? I mean, I actually, believe it or not, I was in the draft league I was in a draft league, not the draft league, but a draft league for the Sand Marble Rally thingy. And who did I pick? Super Bowl, El Capitan, Slimer, and Crazy Cat's Eye. And I think Super Bowl finished like third, but my draft league actually won, even though we didn't have like a first place finisher like Red Number 3, which I thought was interesting.
Our team won. Our picks won.
You won?
Yeah, I didn't tell you that.
I think you did, but I didn't realize like I don't think you made a big deal about it. Like
you didn't care.
That's actually it's awesome. Yeah, it's sweet. I didn't know we won. That's great, actually.
It's our second in the row. Yeah.
Wait, we've won one before?
Yeah, we've won all the draft leagues with S-Man so far.
What was the first one?
Yeah, that's...
Woff's just like realizing all these secrets.
Yeah, I think we won what was it? S-Man's here. S-Man, did you do one for Marble League or Showdown or
Showdown?
Yeah. You didn't do one for League. I didn't. If you did one for Marble Olympics 2019, I wasn't even in it because I wouldn't know you. But I was in there for Showdown. I was in there. You did not. So I did the Showdown one. I did this. Well, we MSW did the Marble Rally and Showdown one, and we came out on top in both of them. Meaning that when we come into this Marbula one here in the upcoming year, we want to keep a reputation. Yeah, going for 3 in a row, exactly.
So you must be pretty confident right now by your picks.
See, I am, and I ain't.
I ain't.
You ain't.
I am, and I'm not. I am not. I don't even.
Am and you ain't.
Yes, that's what I meant. I am, and I ain't. I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I are.
You are. And
I are, and I'm are not.
You're not. Yeah.
I'm not.
You ain't.
You guys, do you get the gist at this point?
Yes, I get the point.
Yeah.
Because to explain this, I can't even remember why I am and I'm not, because we got so distracted with that. I can't even remember what I was going to say.
You ain't excited or like feeling confident. I think that's.
Oh, I'm confidence, right?
Yeah.
So I am confident because I've won 2 in a row, and I kind of feel like people overlook the teams that I know have good potential. People overlook Mellow Yellow all the time, and I'm definitely going for Mellow Yellow, especially in Marbula 1 because of the consistency factor. Consistency. Did that come out right? I don't know. Blue Yeti Mike, by the way. Then I'm not confident because, I'm afraid I don't want to lose the streak, right? And the longer a streak goes, the more nervous you might get. And there is some luck factor in it because there's now 8 different people, 7 other people in the draft league, so 8 in total. And you can only pick 2 teams, which means that like there's so many people that you kind of picking your win or your loss with your first pick, because your second pick is going to be so luck based that you kind of got to really pick a good first pick or it's not happening. And so unless you get lucky, right?
Yeah.
And I think if you average out all the luck, you've really got to have a good first pick. And I'm hoping for Mellow Yellow, but someone might pick them up because they might be like, oh, I love yellow colors. So, I mean, like,
I can totally imagine that somebody doing that.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. Let's bring it back to our new tryout half host, because it's his first time on the show. So Wolves, please tell us, how did you get into marble sports?
Oh, thank you. That was a question I'm supposed to ask him. You got it, Mr. Waff. Way to go! You're doing great. Answer the question.
Yeah, I was pretty young at the time. I think I was just browsing through YouTube, and I saw like the qualifiers for like the 2016 Marble Olympics, and I just clicked on it because bright colors, kids like bright colors. I clicked on it, and I found it really intriguing.
Kids like bright colors.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see in the thumbnail, there's like 6 different teams on there. But I clicked on it, and I was intrigued by the simplicity and like how lighthearted it was, but like it was also so... it was just fun. I like the idea of like marbles racing, because today it's like football and soccer and tennis, hockey, all the other things, but this was just like so diverse that I liked it, and I kept watching their videos, and I've been a fan up till now. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of the stories of our...
Yeah, people see it and then they like it.
Of our fans. Yeah, exactly. Because, like, I feel it's definitely a see to like it as opposed to hear about it and like it kind of thing. Because when people hear about it, it's just... your brain can't process it on audio.
You're not
definitely
picking up
like
enough
when you
details of what's like actually happening.
Yeah, it's like what are you even talking about it? Because like most people, if I ever say Marble Olympics to someone, they can't imagine someone actually putting all that time into it. So they just go to like, they start thinking about just those old generic marble race tracks and like just marbles racing down it, and not this professional commentary type stuff. That's not the first place their mind is going. And so it's like it doesn't make any sense at first. They're like, why would you want to watch that? It's not why are you buying merch for something that's probably just a home video? But when they see it, that's where people start to turn. They're like, oh my god, there's no way this exists. There's no way that this guy is doing all this commentary and this editing for this, right? And I don't know. I always see it like that, and it's just always interesting how it's mostly those YouTube recommendations. It's mostly being alone and seeing it for yourself, seeing it that first time for yourself, where you're like, you know what, I have to know more. I have to know who wins. Will the Oceanics ever get a victory? You know what I'm saying? Like,
that intriguing feeling.
You're like sucked into it, definitely. I heard a knock on that door.
Pizza's here.
Someone.
It's not me.
Mr. I wish though right now. I got this Coca-Cola, and the pizza would go great with this Coca-Cola right now.
Oh, nice.
Anyways, as we wait for Waff, I'll address something S-Man said about the draft, because we were talking about the draft league, and
yeah.
So yeah, I did ask for it to be 8 instead of 4 players. And I know I just made a negative comment about it a couple minutes ago, but it just makes more sense. I mean, get more people involved. I'm thinking about the general vision, not just, me trying to win. Obviously, it's easier for me to win when I can pick more teams and then there's less people to verse. But when there's 8, there's more people involved. There's more people actually enjoying the sport. I mean, because now, there's more people involved. It's just math, right?
Yeah,
so
there's a bunch of people now.
I mean, that's why I was pushing 8.
Liked it, and only I haven't checked, but the last time I saw, there was maybe 30 people in the Marbula 1 draft league. So even though there's 500,000 subscribers.
Oh right, yeah.
You said that 75% of their viewers weren't subscribed last time I saw their videos. So there definitely could be a lot of people doing this, but only big fans who actually go in depth to these podcasts and these Discord communities and make more Marble channels themselves will actually do it.
Yeah, I do. I don't know. Is that true? Only 25% of the viewers of JMR have subscribed.
Yeah.
Are you sure they're not faking that number just to get more people to subscribe?
Well, because I checked the video and it had 72,000 views, so I was like, I don't know. But
well,
yeah. I think
definitely,
I think
but
they're counting up
that's a lot
from all their videos combined. So that
maybe
number definitely could be
because that would be a lot, to
not be extremely accurate. But I do believe that there might be I'm just gonna say a half portion would be more reasonable. Don't subscribe because most people who watch or see a
50%.
YouTube video, will not subscribe. I see YouTube videos all the time, every day, but half the time I'm not subscribed to them, or even if I think their work is good, I might only like that video and won't subscribe to other ones. So I think it's safe to say that might be a bit of a skewed or untrue number based on facts that they're not giving us, because they could be taking a survey that limits to a small portion of their viewers and not the actual channel entirely itself. So I guess it could be 75%, but until they give us a reasoning, it's kind of hard to believe.
I get that. I'm not sure about it. I'm not sure. Definitely subscribe, by the way, if you haven't already. But it's kind of
yeah, subscribe.
The YouTube channels I don't subscribe to are because they're just, I see a video and I might like the video, but it's just similar to a topic that I like. But if you click on a JMR video and watch it, it's just hard for me to be okay, the people clicking on it, they click on it, they watch it, but they don't subscribe because they're just kind of looking for random marble racing videos. Yeah. But in my opinion, it's not like that because JMR is so different. There's nothing actually like it. Even all marble racing at the moment, or marble sports, is not anywhere near JMR. JMR almost feels like a different situation than any of these other things. So, I mean, I've never seen a funnel spin or a rafting event in any of these other marble channels, even the ones that are supposedly kind of good. So it just feels so unique.
Yeah,
I mean,
I feel
how could you not subscribe,
yeah,
right?
If people see that, I'm pretty sure that they'll want to subscribe or be more interested in it. But if you're shown a sand marble rally, depending on how the YouTube algorithm wants to give you more videos, sometimes more intriguing videos like the rafting and the surfing and the underwater ones won't pop up, so they won't keep clicking on the videos and are stuck with oh, this is all they do. I guess they have a cool commentator, some marbles, but if they're not introduced and shown to the bigger picture of it, they won't keep digging into that YouTube channel.
Right, yeah, because the really unique events like rafting won't be the first ones that shows up in the YouTube algorithm because they're not marble racing, really. YouTube will first pull the marble racing stuff, like 5-meter sprint, which is 5-meter sprint is what it is. Yeah. We don't see it as a big problem because we see it as a part of a bigger event, but 5-meter sprint on its own is, marginally boring, okay? Not because JMR does it badly, just because it is just 5-meter sprint. So, but when you're not involved in the whole series of watching these marbles every event and following the teams, seeing the 5 meter sprint is like, okay, this is all right. This guy happens to be doing some commentary this time. How about that? But it's not like blowing you away, as opposed to like if the algorithm pulled up rafting or well, surfing was terrible this year, but if they pulled up rafting first, then you'd be like, oh my god, where is this going? How are these marbles? What is even happening right now? Then it's like so unique that you gotta know more.
Yeah.
So
Jella
I mean,
and
that
Dion
could be a point on that.
Yeah, Jill and Dion put a lot of work and no. They put a lot of effort into their work. And I think that when people keep watching,
they put a lot of work into their effort too.
Yeah, they put a lot of work into their effort. But when people watch those videos, I think a main component of why people watch the videos is being able to cheer on your team, because it's like so lighthearted and not like extremely serious like most like sports out there, that you just want to like watch so you can like root on your team, see how they do, see how other teams do, because it has that like fun like rooting for your own team aspect to it. Unlike a lot of other marble channels they'll just have like a one team run where like it's like, oh, we're gonna do like, I see a lot of like videos where it's just like country marbles up against each other or like colored marbles up against each other. They don't have any,
I hate that.
They don't have any aesthetic or lore or background to those marble teams and characters. So people,
yeah, guys, if you're doing Algodoo, can you just change the color of the background? Is it that hard? Sorry.
Can you?
But by the way, I did that in MSWL.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. Literally takes 3 clicks. Actually, 1, 2, 3 clicks, and you can literally change. You can rise above 50% of Algodoo channels in 3 clicks. Just saying.
Yeah, just
anyway, yes.
Just a marble guy.
Yeah, just a tip. But I get what you're saying though. Like, man, I just forgot what you said, but I definitely get what you're saying.
You basically,
I guess it's better if I just admit it.
Or have any like connection to those marbles because they kind of feel generic and just like, and another, I think another aspect of why JMR is so popular is because it's like real life marbles compared to like electronically and mechanically made marbles that are just like rolling randomly down a track. Like these marbles are like real, you can feel them. They have their own mass. They have their own colors, which can be more attracting to other people depending on what your favorite color is.
They got their own logos.
Yeah,
I think
logos.
That makes it differentiates them,
Yeah.
and they have their own names too. They name the members of the team. That's important because now it's not just, oh, this is the team of Rangers with 4 random orange marbles. It's the team of Rangers, and here are the teammates. And I get now. I understand. Sorry, I don't know why I forgot that like a minute ago. But yeah, like. I don't like the country ones because they are generic, and also to me they're too realistic. Like, I'm not in the sense, not realistic, but like they're bringing too much of real life into marbles, and real life and marbles don't go together because like there is no actual marble race between countries. That doesn't make any sense.
Like
but there can be a marble race between
Olympics.
the O-Rangers and like I mean. And like when you bring the countries into it, you kind of feel obliged to root for your country, and you can't root for another one because you don't identify with it. Or if you're just doing generic colors, you're like, these are just colors. Like colors are everywhere.
Yeah, like
and especially if you're
everyone
just
goes
doing
blue.
Algodoo.
It's the most popular color.
Yeah,
here.
kind of. That's kind of true.
Sky.
Yeah, exactly. But like it's like they're just colors, right? And especially in Algodoo, where you're only dealing with two dimensions. I don't know.
Two-dimensional.
You kind of you making it colors. They're just now just circles with colors. They're nothing now. That's why like when I'm doing the Algodoo, I actually take that time to put in the decoration. The marbles have their own designs and even have designs that kind of work to pop out and make it look kind of 3D because it's more identifiable. That's why the Marble Mayhem is a little bit more engaging than even some of these other Algodoo things, because Marble Mayhem, they at least have different designs in the marbles and they named them, so people can kind of identify. And even though it is just Algodoo and it's not real marble sports, people are like, oh yeah, Thanos, or let's see what Thanos does, or I want Helios to do good. Thanos, whatever.
It's
Did I say that wrong?
By the way,
Thanos.
hey, I'm back now.
Hey, well,
Oh, Waft's back now. Are we all happy about that?
Yeah,
Cool.
It's
But, like-
it's pronounced Thanos, actually, like to make it different from Thanos from Marvel.
oh my god.
saying it. Okay, I get that. But you guys know what I'm saying, right? Like you're making it more identifiable. And I know we had this talk. I think the last time we talked about this was a long time ago. I think I think it was before the Chaos Theory episode, the Marvel Chaos Theory episode.
Theory.
Yeah, episode 10. Listen back. But it's just adding the teams and the logos and especially the commentary makes it more identifiable. So you can run the same events JMR does, but if you don't name the teams and you don't have the commentary, then you're losing so much of that production aspect because people just don't. They can't relate. They can't name their favorite team. They can't name their favorite logo and things like that. And it's just definitely like it's about creativity. And it's about making the marbles and the teams and the events like you can identify with them, or you can at least try to identify with them. You pick your favorite, right? As opposed to just doing colors or random shapes. I mean, some people literally are lazy enough that they don't even do marbles. They don't even do them. They just do random shapes.
I've seen a square marble race. I've seen those.
Yeah, people are really trying to grab them views. It is. Anyway, Waff's back. He returned a couple minutes ago. Waff, do you have anything interesting to say?
Do you know what's going on?
I didn't hear a whole lot from the conversation.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Yeah, so I guess
but he's a co-host. He should be able
Marble
to
Mayhem
handle
was
this.
mentioned. Brendan, have you caught up with Marble Mayhem?
No.
You told me. Oh my.
I told you I would try. I literally said I would try, and you were like, oh, you did a sigh. You did like a Waff sigh. You're like,
have we talked about
Waff
M games
sigh.
on this show yet? The second event.
we have talked through Ram Swing. I gave my criticisms of it, and I gave my uncriticisms of it.
Wasn't it off the air though?
No, I don't think it was on the air. I think it was. We had Hershey on here, didn't we?
But he wasn't. No, but he wasn't there for the Ram Swing episode for when Ram Swing was out.
No, but we did talk about Ram Swing. I'm telling you that we did.
Yeah, we did. I think it was off the air.
But if it wasn't, and we're repeating it, then people are gonna be like, "Why are you repeating, bro?"
But if it was, then people be like, "Why did you never talk about it?"
God, why do I always
we haven't heard Wolves
work myself into a trap
here? We haven't heard
here?
Wolves' perspective on it yet, anyways.
All right, Wolves' perspective. Half host. Let's hear it. What do you think
Rams
about
swing?
Rams swing? This is a long time ago.
Yes, the Rams.
Oh yeah, that was about. I can't recall. I think like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I was there for the live thing. It did remind me of like the fidget spinner like collision, but I did think they made it a bit different with the target system on the bottom with colliding. And I also like the aspect of being able to add that heavy marble because it gives people the chance to change where to put it, and it's going to change like the effects of like when it actually collides with the other team. So it's cool to see people choose it to like put it in the back or like put it in the forward or like do it by weight, and it lets the teams actually like create strategies, which is a bit different from JMR because they don't care about the weight, but they do care about like the aspect of making everything fair. This is kind of like choose your strategy. If you don't win, it was your own fault, which I think is cool because it lets the captains and coaches have a bit more power, which makes it a little bit more realistic, and I like that aspect of it.
Yeah, and like the Woodland Foxes ultimately paid for that by not choosing to use their metal.
Yeah, I don't. Because I feel like the metal.
Oh, that would be a bad decision.
Would have absorbed a lot of the collision and kinetic energy.
It's just heavier, yeah.
Yeah, but depending on if you put it in the front, I think it would have absorbed a lot of energy, but it would have had the metal marble go flying and kind of didn't make the marbles really spread out as much. But I think if you put it in the back, I could be wrong. I haven't watched the video for so long. It takes a lot of that collision and puts it in the back and kind of spreads it out evenly throughout, depending on where the inertia is going.
Yeah, that's difficult because, like, you know, the metal marble in the back, it's actually going to create some. It's going to squeeze a lot more on the marbles in front of it with the collision, but in the metal marble in the front, it's going to actually, in some ways, heighten the collision with the back marbles because, you know, it's a heavier object, you know, doing the reaction-action stuff like on the lighter marbles in the back. It's definitely and it's a difficult situation to kind of work through, and it also depends on where the other team put their metal marble. But definitely having the metal marble in there is going to help you in some respect, definitely.
Yeah, it's going to absorb a lot of the energy, which can help your team not fly off and not even be able to touch the target entirely.
Yeah.
S-Man
brought up something that interesting. The problem he had was that it was happening so fast that they couldn't see what was happening when the marbles collided. I can't remember. Did they not do a slow-mo section, or was
they did do a slow-mo section, but camera frames don't usually go at the speed of flying marble, so it can look kind of sketchy and like drawn out and not like in a perfect what's the word I'm looking, like perfect frame.
Right, so I see.
If they're going too, I could be wrong, but if they're going too fast and they don't have a good enough camera, you won't be able to see it. But maybe you were able to see it. I just don't remember. Again, this was like 2 weeks ago. But if they, because I know they did definitely add a slow-mo section so you could actually see what was going on. But I don't remember the camera quality during that speed.
Yeah, but then like, I had a lot of criticisms of the video length and what they did at the beginning with all the interviews with the coaches. I mean, that was, to me, okay, let me restart. The event was creative, okay? Ram Swing, creative. They were doing a similar type collision thing, but without copying collision. It was very good. I like how they had like the two teams and they were like 1v1, on the track, trying to knock each other off. It was great. And the disc thing below was good. But they need to do a better job with the camera work and the setting. One of the big things that separates professional marble sports from just some guy recording stuff in his house is, it looking like some guy recording stuff in his house. It's so important that you kind of create a professional setting where you can't really see kind of, that it's in someone's garage or on someone's carpet. And that's something that you kind of get the gist of, and it does change the aesthetic. Maybe I'm being picky about it, but it does affect, especially after seeing JMR. It's kind of like, oh, this guy, you can literally tell it's his garage, And so that does affect for me. Also, there's no need, there is never any need, there's really never any need to begin the episode with 5 minutes of other people's bad audio explaining why they picked the metal marble to put it where they did. It really was not good. I really hated every minute of that. I got to be honest.
I disagree, and if I'm being honest, I think I also disagree because like it gives the coaches a chance to speak out and like.
But I'm talking about the overall quality of the video. Like I'm talking about like me coming on. Let's say I don't really know much about it. You guys, the only reason you, Waff, or anyone, or S-Man from the live chat, or maybe even Wolves, might have enjoyed that is because you guys are involved enough in the community and you know those people who are talking and you are involved in the picking of those marbles and you can appreciate that. But just random people watching, they don't care. They don't care why this guy picked it. I mean, unless the guy has really good audio quality. And it's not taking forever. It's really just kind of taking away from what they came for, and that's to see the event. And the videos in marble sports should never go over 20 minutes unless they have a really good reason to. And like I know JMR never ever goes out over 20 minutes. They'd actually rather break curling up into 3 different events than they go over 20 minutes with it. And so like. When I sit there for the first 5 minutes of the video and I'm not seeing any marble racing for the first 5 minutes, I'm kind of like, okay, yes, I get like there's a few people who are going to appreciate this because of they might have made those picks or know the people who made those picks. But in the long run, in the grand scheme of things, it's not a professional production that everybody's appreciating. That'd be something I'd more be inclined to put at the end. Like, oh, here's the event. Let's wrap up the event. Then, oh, if you feel like sticking around, here are all the people, the coaches giving their recaps. And usually recaps do happen at the end of the event. Like when you watch, games and stuff, coaches talk at the end of the event about what they did and what if they thought it was good or not. And so I guess it's just kind of, I don't know. I just thought it kind of delayed and made the whole thing boring. I didn't like want to keep going, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, so
that's just my opinion.
That is a good point.
A few points. I'm sorry, I just want to jump in here real quick. Esmond brought up a few points. One thing, 2017 Collision was over 20 minutes, so JMR has released videos over 20 minutes, and then. But like. Let me finish first, and then you can follow up. Putting the coach notes at the end makes them irrelevant because the point of the showing what the coaches decided was okay, this is what decided. Let's see how this decision pans out. Whereas at the end, it's what you knew how it panned out. my thing is like if you wanted to, you could like there should have been a timestamp put in to make it easier, but you could skip over that part at the beginning and then just get into the competition.
But I should just never have to do that. I honestly believe if it's too irrelevant to put at the end, it should just not be in there. The best I would do is put it in a separate video. Like here's the pregame to the event, quick video explaining the picks. You can watch it if you want. If you don't want to watch it, don't click on it. But when we get to the real marble event, I'm gonna show you real marbles, and I'm not gonna waste your time. I'm not gonna make you skip to a timestamp. I'm not gonna make you do that. I'm gonna give you what you came for. If you want to see some random people talk about their picks, do that. Here's another video for that. Does that make sense? That makes more sense to me, because then people who care enough to hear the thoughts behind it, they can go watch that before, after, whenever. But they don't. But to kind of put it right in the beginning there, it does kind of like it does kind of take away, I feel, from it. And that's just my opinion. Like, you might have thought it was great and stuff, and that's fine. Maybe it was just me, but I definitely thought it was something to be changed. Not to take away from the creativity event, though. I thought he did a great job with the event itself.
I mean, I get what you're saying, and like as far as like this isn't gonna happen at every event. Like, this is the first time that every single team had a chance to have a coach talk for the teams. Not all of them did, because not all of them recorded. But, like, this was, like, the first opportunity for all of them, because last time it was only the Metamorphics who got to speak. And so it was not this, it was a new opportunity, and it was experimenting. Maybe I can bring it up with him being a patron. Like, I can, like, mention him, hey, maybe you try putting it in a separate video or something like that. I can bring up the idea to him, but ultimately, like, a lot of people seem to like it. Some people, I think there were a few people who weren't a big fan of it, but ultimately, I don't think it's going to be like that for every event.
But see, that's the thing. The sample size of people that like it, the sample that you're getting when you say a lot of people like it, are the people that are interacting in the Discord. Of course they're going to like it, because they're into it more. Like, people who are just coming off the YouTube street watching, they're not going to, like, find that overly interesting. They're not. I guess just, I don't know. I just feel like you got to consider all of the viewers, not just the ones that are most into it. Especially as a YouTuber, because a lot of you'll notice, like, a lot of your viewers will never actually interact with you, but still watch your stuff. Just how, like, a lot of people weekly listen to this podcast and still don't comment. Comment, please. I could use the help and the opinions and stuff. But I mean, yeah, people have been listening to this for, like, literally almost a full year and not a comment. So, I mean, that's the thing. So you have to always consider the people who aren't engaged. And, like, so that's what I'm saying, because you want to be able to have good duality with your channel. You want to be able to continue to engage more of the people who really are into it, or in the Discord, or in the Reddit page and everything. But you also want to be able to still please the people who are just watchers. They're like, yeah, I enjoy this, but I'm not really gonna go. I don't want to go in the Discord and chat. I just want to just watch the videos. And the way you do that is by keeping those people happy with the videos, but then adding extra videos or other outlets, other places where people can hear about the more details of the picking or the more details of the event. And that would be separate videos or videos in the Discord. And that's, like, separate places. You have to differentiate that if you want to appeal to everybody.
Wow.
I mean, what do you think, Wolves?
I want to bring up some neutral points here. So yeah, Brendan is right with, depending on who's watching, if you're just here for, like, for, like, Marvel. I need to cough, one thing. Alright. Yeah. If you're here just for, like, Marble sports, or, like...
Cough it all out. You're good.
Yeah. But for, like, a Marble race, like Brendan said, if you don't, like, know those people, like, personally, like, we see a lot of those people in the Discord and, like, on other Marble servers. So, like, if you don't know them, it's a bit, like, uninteresting to, like, hear them talk. But at the same time, it's cool to see their reasoning and, like, why they think it's going to go right and why they think theirs is the best option, because it gives people insight on their own ideas and, like, oh yeah, that might work, or I agree with that, because it lets them relate to or agree with that specific coach. Because if you only do it after, you lose all that pent-up action of what's going to happen, or, like, what do we think's going to happen, because then they already know. And if you take that away from the people, yeah, they might not care because they don't know what they could have had, but it just brings up a more unique aspect to that video. So yeah, like, I think...
Right, so put it in a separate video beforehand.
Yeah, but like I don't know if Sman or Mr. Woff said this, but put a timestamp. So like...
It's S-Man, that's Sman.
I say
Yeah,
Sman.
I did mention putting a timestamp in there.
Yeah, because if you put in a timestamp, then you
That's
save
great.
viewers a lot of time. But that was like a live video when we saw it, so I don't think they could have put a live timestamp.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
But now they can...
I didn't even bring that up.
But now they can definitely add it for the people who don't really care about their reasoning. But like, because now people know how long it would have taken. Because when I started watching that video, I wasn't expecting like full 5 minutes of just people explaining stuff. Because I feel like people would just skip to their favorite team and see what their reasoning was compared to watching every single team's explanation go down. So I think that's my opinion on the matter.
S-Man, referring to live chat here, what do you mean I'm salty because my audio got corrupted? I never recorded it. I literally just was so busy that week. No disrespect, by the way. Don't take that wrong way. I was going to record it. That was, I wanted to. That was just, whatever week that was, I know like, what was it, like 2-3 weeks ago, I was like swamped with schoolwork and I was still doing college applications, which by the way, I'm like just about done with those. I'm just doing a couple scholarships now and that's done. So but like 3 weeks ago, I was swamped with all that stuff. So I wasn't even able to come up for air really. So what do you mean my audio? He said my audio got corrupted? Nah, dude, I didn't even record it. So
the video got released. So we recorded, I think, about like 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. But like, I don't really know what you're talking about. But anyways, yeah. I mean, I guess we have differing opinions on that. But definitely, I just feel like if you got to be able to engage both your super into it fans and your kind of into it fans, and you do that by taking all the extra stuff and putting it. You can put it there, but put it somewhere else. Like put it in a different video. Literally, if you put that in a different, you don't. But you. Like
a time.
But then. For each team. People have to skip and crap, and they don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. You said, and I would rather.
But it only takes like 2 clicks to like go and get.
No, but see, like then you're doing the thing. Then you're doing the thing that all the other freaking. No, then you're doing the thing that everybody's doing today. You're doing the thing everybody, all these freaking websites are doing today. It's becoming an opt-out situation instead of an opt-in situation. Think about all the freaking. Just in general, all the websites. Now it's like, you sign up for a website or you go to a website to get something. It's like we're going to just start sending you notifications whether you like it or not, and you can opt out of that if you want. You have to go through the work to opt out of it. As opposed to what it should be is, okay, we're not going to send you anything until you opt into it. That's how it should be with this kind of stuff. I should have to opt into it. I should have to click on a separate video to watch those reactions, not have to myself drag the timestamp ahead. I know it's little, but it's over time that gets annoying. If he does that every episode and every single time a person watches M Games who doesn't really care about that stuff and has to drag the thing forward to a specific stamp every time, that gets annoying. It becomes an opt-out situation. You're putting all that onus on the viewers. Put that onus needs to be on the creators, okay? It needs to be an opt-in situation. You need to post that video separately, all right? It's in general, it's becoming like that, more and more like that online, where like you the consumers have to decide to not do something or to skip something, as opposed to them deciding to join something. And I think that's wrong. I think that's you trying to shove your extra stuff on them, and opposed to just being like, hey, we have this extra video giving these opinions. If you want to join it, you can, but you don't have to. You can do it if you want to. And I'm sure everybody who enjoyed the stuff at the beginning of that video in M Games would have clicked on a separate video about it. If it was separate, there wouldn't have been a different amount of viewership. I don't think so, because people who are interested are going to be interested, and people who are not are still going to be not. And that's all I'm saying about it. I don't know. That was a little bit of a rant, but like, you get the idea, kind of. At least see my point.
I see what you're saying.
I guess. I mean, it's like one video and it only takes like 10 seconds, but now we know that timestamp is another one of Brendan's trigger words. So we learned something from that.
No, it's not a timestamp thing. I don't mind timestamps. I mean, like,
you don't mind trigger words.
I do. appreciate them. Like when I watch, I don't know if anyone watches the YouTuber Ross Creations. You know, the guy who does like the kind of the Impractical Joker type stuff, kind of on vlogs. You know, walks into stores and like does messes with people. No. Like he puts timestamps in his videos because he knows people don't want to watch the subjectively boring parts of his videos where he's just talking or in the car with his friends or something. Which if you're really into Ross Creations, you'll love it. But if you just want to see the part where he messes with people, you don't really care. So like if you see the timestamps, you're like, oh yeah, I can go here or go here.
You should make a completely separate video about in the car talking with his friends. It takes
no, but like I think what he used to do, and this is better, he used to do where he would take the mess with people funny part video, and that would be a separate video, and then he would have like the uncut video with like the full thing with all the just playing around in his car. So like it's kind of like you still can choose. Like, yeah, I guess behind the scene videos, or kind of like think about our podcast here, like MSW, which happens to be my podcast. When we had the special, and I know the cut version with just the animations came out late. I'm sorry, but when we had the special, we had a full episode where we had all the clips for the full episode. Even ones without the animations. But then we had an episode with the ones just with the animations. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I think it would, like, you had to decide that you wanted to watch the uncut video in order to watch it, as opposed to have to, like, drag the cursor every time just because you wanted to just see the animations part of that special. And that's what I'm saying. Like, obviously in M Games, it would make no sense for him to post 2 videos of the same event, one with the stuff at the beginning, one without, but he could have taken that and just put it in a separate video is what I'm saying. Make it opt in. You have to opt in as a watcher as opposed to opting out. It makes it more pleasing for the consumer, I'd say, because they have options. They can make the choice. I don't know.
Brandon's the kind of person who hates
I don't even know if that makes any sense.
Anything. That's what I'm getting from this.
Me?
Yeah.
But, no, I don't mind intros.
Okay,
I mean,
yeah, I get what you mean. But I guess.
I mean, our intro on this podcast lasts like 3 years each time.
Yeah, every time. There's always like a.
We have to have something between the music intro and the news.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll one day have some unique like music that is composed for us that we can use. It'll be shorter and more succinct.
I think our intro is cool right now. Like, I love the little jazz at the beginning.
It's not
That's
bad,
like
just
awesome.
I think the jazz one's shorter, which is nice, but I think maybe it's...
No, it's short enough. I don't want any shorter than that. Then it's just like not really. I might as well not have the. We have our guy going. Welcome to the blah 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 podcast, where we talk about your favorite whatever all Marvel sports all the time, right here on the MSW podcast. Then it goes into a really short clip of from a jazz song I really like, Cuphead, by the way. A great game with great music. And then it goes like that's not that long at all. I know intros that are longer than that. Yeah, I think our news music is still a little long, but hey, we'll figure that out.
Kind of like how
Maybe.
like old movies like used to put the credits at like the beginning of their video. Like you should put it at the end now, which is what they do. What you're saying?
Well. Didn't like old movies kind of like build the credits?
Yeah, old movies used
into
to, like,
the movie though.
Yeah, old movies like I remember like seeing some a few weeks ago, but like the credits are always at like the very beginning, and that usually takes about like a good 5 to 10 minutes.
Right, but didn't they?
And it leads into.
But didn't they like build it into the movie? Like there was stuff going on. There was like. Sometimes even dialogue, but often at least like movement and scene stuff going on during those credits.
Yeah, usually
like,
that's
what
like
I remember.
Like of like the setting and like what's going on. Like if it's like an old town, like they'll do like an overview of like what the town looks like who works in it. But like they won't say anything. They'll just like have the credits with some like soft, like maybe jazz music in the background, and that they use that to like lead in on a certain character or like a certain like thing. And that's how they'll like start. That's how they used to start the movies. Now it's just like immediately getting into the action. Or sometimes they'll do the same thing but without like the credits part, and it's a bit shorter.
Right, I see. But it's like, I don't know. I mean, I guess the biggest problem I actually have with the intro thing is not really that it's annoying to skip. It's a thing. It definitely is a point. I think that it should be opt in instead of opt out in general. But
Like you don't have
my
to turn
biggest problem. Yeah. But my biggest problem is that it wasn't like a good quality segment, and I don't mean that like it wasn't a planned segment. I mean that as the people that were talking, love them, by the way. The people that were all given their reasons, I know them in the community. They're great people. Shout out to them. But, you know, they don't all have high quality, expensive microphones that like make the full 5-minute segment okay because everybody's voice is good quality. Does that make sense? It's kind of like,
be like annoying. Like,
you know,
I've understood your standpoint, and like that can be annoying. Like you shouldn't, like I was trying to say this before, you shouldn't have to like turn off the notifications. It should like ask you if you want to turn them on in the first place, like you were saying before. But yeah, they definitely should have either added like a time cut or a different like video, or like put it at the end, like a before and after of their thoughts, because like they can still like do like audio.
Yeah, I see that.
What they thought was going to happen, just put it after, because then people don't have to like deal with that 5 minutes, because I wasn't expecting it to happen at all, because I was just like new to watching the videos, because it was only the second video at the time, and I didn't know how long it was going to go for. And if I'm just like watching for like the first time, I don't want to have to like skip through, like look through it, even if it's like 10 seconds. It's just like a minor thing that could be fixed that makes it like slightly better quality. And just like you said, like not everybody has like a perfect headphone or like headset or like mic, so it can be annoying to like have to listen to all of that and sometimes not even be able to hear what they're saying, depending on how your audio is on your computer or phone or Xbox. So I guess and
it's just like the people who were giving their opinions were not scripted. Like it was
just like totally
I'm doing the like thing again because you're doing the like thing, but like I'm doing the like thing, but people were they weren't scripted. They were like saying and during the thing, and it's like the unscripted part of it made it a little definitely less appealing, because you were hearing varying audio qualities and people going, I think I picked this because, you know, and I'm not saying anything against those people. I'm just saying in general, like, I'm fine with that. And listen, I'm totally for that kind of interaction. I think the community coaches thing on MSPN is a smart idea, and I think it's something that JMR, I wish they could do. They can't, because they're too far in where it's kind of very difficult now. But it
just wasn't as professional.
It's like
it just wasn't.
It needs to be until it can be really made tight, like where the whole thing happens in 2 minutes and everything's scripted and people aren't stumbling through their arguments, you know, like I do on this show. You gotta put that in a different video, I say, and that's I don't know. That's just what I think about it, I guess.
How did this all start? I think like you said, like you don't talk about Marble Mayhem enough, so you decided to go on a rant about how they should make more videos in different sections. This is a perfect podcast.
We have talked this point to death, and I think we should move on to the trivia segment.
Oh,
wow! That is twice that you have brought us into a question or a segment that I was supposed to do, but I forgot. Good job. You're doing great.
I don't know our timestamp. I'll just like go with it. I was just like, we're doing this now. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you kind of let's let you guys kick us off.
All right. I guess I'll start us off since I brought up the segment.
Oh wait, we have to do trivia intro music. Boo 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 doo doo doo. Trivia boo boo doo doo. Trivia. Who's gonna get those questions right? I don't know. Trivia.
I don't know. This isn't my forte.
All right, well, I'll start us off here. So, since red number 3 has won, I would like to know, does anybody know how many points they won by?
When?
Oh, how many?
In this recent one?
For the overall standings for the 2019 San Barbara Rally.
Oh,
Let me think about that. How many points do you earn if you get first?
20.
20. Oh, okay. I'm gonna say you won a lot. I'm gonna say 40 points. No, 30.
I'm gonna
30
say
points.
25.
You say
I'm gonna
30.
say like 25.
I'll say 30.
So Brendan says 25.
No. Stop. I'm gonna say 14.
You say
You're
14?
saying 14?
All right, cool.
Yeah.
And what about you, Wolves?
I said 30.
30? The correct answer is 14.
No way. Oh, my
Oh, what?
God.
No way.
Dude.
I swear to God, I did not look that up.
I didn't study.
I swear to God, I did
This
not.
wasn't supposed to be on the test.
That is insane. Wow. Guys, I think something crazy. I think it's the new mic. I gotta be
psychic.
honest. It's the new mic.
To be fair, Espen, I remember that Ghost Plasma won by 21 points in the very first in 2016 Sand Marble Rally. So it's not far fetched for him to remember the point lead from this most recent competition.
I didn't remember it. That was a guess.
Man, that was crazy.
No, because this is my thought process. I just remember like him being. I remember him having going into the final race. He had like a 7 next to his starting with a points number starting with 7, and then like Super Bowl and someone below him and something like starting with a 6 or something. So I was like, okay, if red number 3 got like, what did he finish in, like 5th or 6th, and then Super Bowl or Crazy Cat, someone else who was like right close to red number 3 did quite well. Then of course the gap would probably shrink a tiny bit, so it'd probably be in the teens. It was a very loose estimation thought process, and
Use your ability to
somehow
catch
it came to
details.
14. I mean,
That was
yeah.
good thinking.
I don't actually remember.
16 points
I'll
off.
admit that.
Good job, Brendan.
Hey, well, you know that's less than 0,
Good job, Brendan.
more than 0. Thank you, I appreciate that.
All right, so who wants to go next?
Anyway. Wolves, why don't you go next?
Oh wait, I don't have a question though.
Oh.
Good job. Good. That's a mark down on the half host thing.
Oh, alright.
You know what? Don't worry about it. I wouldn't worry about it because you know what? I have a question, and we're going to save the world with this one. How many teams contain a part of their name that is not a letter?
Excuse me?
Wait, what?
Submitted by S-Man.
Wait, what does that
I'm going to
mean?
assume that means, do you mean... Let's go to live chat, guys. I'm going to ask the live chat right now. How does that mean how many teams contain, like, punctuation stuff in their names, like how the Rangers have an apostrophe, that kind of thing? Is that okay? Yes. So let's think about it.
So they mean like if Chocolatiers has like a C, that counts.
No. It means like it means any team name that contains a marking that's not a letter. So a Rangers has an apostrophe. It's like a
Okay.
punctuation,
Okay.
but it's part of the name.
Okay,
Okay.
So a Rangers has that's one. Who else? That's a good question, actually. It's definitely nitty gritty. Gliding glaciers, what? We still haven't worked through like making this part where we don't know the answer like fun for the listeners. It's just kind of like we either talk and not know the answer.
Maybe we should actually
Or
we should have like
don't.
a Zombie Xander's outro theme, like slowly build up over time. Whenever it sounds like bing bong boop beep boop boop beep boop boop bing bong boop beep boop.
That'd be
Just
funny.
in the background.
Yeah, we actually should.
I'm gonna say.
Um,
Okay, I feel like
I know
it's
two.
3.
I got two so far.
I can think of 2, but I feel like it might be 3.
I can think of. I'm gonna go with.
I can only think of 2. I'm the same
I actually
thing.
can't think of another one. I'll go with 1. I'll just go with 1.
I'll say 2.
What do we got? Wolves 2. Does Waff have anything, or he's just not knowing?
I'm gonna say 2.
2. All right, 2, and 1. Let's see. Yes, man. I'm clicking his little spoiler thingy. 2. So you guys were right. Oh, a Rangers and Crazy Cat's Eyes.
Yeah.
Good. I forgot about my
We got it.
Crazy Cat's Eyes, guys. Yeah.
Don't you have like that role? Don't you have that role in here?
Me? Yeah, I do. I'm a Crazy Cat's Eyes fan.
You forgot about him, dude.
I actually let's talk about my team roles. I have Crazy Cat's Eyes because you can't not like them. Green Ducks, because I was the one who predicted that they would. I predicted that they would finish like top 5 or something, and they finished like top 2. Like I was behind them
Brandon was the
before they
only one
started, so
who
I
guessed
feel. I was I was like one of the first people to get on the Green Ducks bandwagon. Of course, I have the Limers role because Limers is Limers. And then I have O'Rangers. I have O'Rangers because I always respected the O'Rangers. And then I have Team Momo because I always liked Team Momo. But actually, I was glad you mentioned that because I'm adding a new one right now, and that's Mellow Yellow. Because I honestly think Mellow Yellow is.
You don't deserve enough credit.
I think Mellow Yellow is underrated.
Yeah, you said they're underrated.
Mellow Yellow is not given enough credit. Mellow Yellow, I believe, will win Marble League 2020. And that's
prediction.
a discussion for another episode, absolutely.
We can say this last minute. Wow, what was your prediction for? What was your fantasy league for Marbula 1?
Yes, so that was actually going to try. Thank you for bringing us into that. So my picks for the Marbula 1 league. So basically, the first pick is ×3 multiplier, and the second pick's ×2, and the last 3 are just normal.
So. What did I do for that?
×2 and then times.
How can I access that quickly?
×2, and then the rest are just nothing.
So my first pick was Team Momo. I know statistically that is not likely, but they are my number one.
That's just
team.
because you like them. That's a weak pick, but it's a good one if you like them, I guess. That's like me picking the Limers. You know what I'm saying?
For me personally, whenever I root for someone, I always just pick the team that I like.
Exactly.
As my first pick is even though I know that statistically speaking they aren't the safest pick, that is just the team to go with. If this was gambling,
you gotta risk it.
I would have picked something different because I'm not going to risk money on something that's not going to win.
Money.
But since this is just for fun,
it's all random.
I went Momo. All right, second pick, I chose Raspberry Racers because they proved themselves as a sophomore team to be really well. And
I don't agree with that one, but that's fine.
We'll see. I think the
Racers.
Racers.
Hey, the contention's good. There's always controversy. If me and Waff ever get through something without controversy, then we're having a down day. It's very rare. Because he just said that he picked Momo and Raspberry Racers from Marbula 1, and how could I how could I listen to that without controversy? That
Brendan
wow.
Speak his mind when he has something.
Yeah, exactly.
He always has something to say.
I mean, you know what? I guess if you just want to lose, that's fine, Waff.
All right, I'll keep going here. My third pick, I chose Team Galactic mostly because of Starry, because Starry seems to be very good at races.
I appreciate that pick.
That's a good pick. They're hosting 2020 next year.
Yes. My fourth pick was the Green Ducks because they're an incredibly skilled rookie team.
It's a good pick.
Yeah,
I think that they
did pretty well this year.
And then my dark horse pick, which we're not totally sure, is Hornets. They have not competed yet, but they have done really well in the qualifiers, and I have
high hopes for Hornets.
I have high hopes as well.
Wait, I'm trying to find my picks. Here, Fantasy Marble League. Here we go, everybody. Loading datas. Oh, thank you. All right. How many people are actually in this now? Members.
I'm member 450, I think.
450?
I think so.
Wow.
450.
Am I? Did I get in here enough to be in the? Oh yeah. The Wolf Pack.
The Wolf Pack, yeah. Is there just 50? This year.
Oh, I called mine MSW Fantasy Team because I always represent the whole organization when I do this.
I think I'm the Wolf Pack.
Yeah, I saw that. I just saw that. Yeah, the Wolf. Okay, delicious.
Wait, let's pick on mine. Okay. Let me roll through mine. We had some similarities. I got to be honest with you. Wait, what was your dark horse again?
Hornets.
That's actually a good dark horse. I got to be honest. They're a feisty team. I could see them actually performing, but I didn't end up picking with them. My first pick is Mellow Yellow, because of their consistency as a team. So I definitely think while they might not win every race, they certainly will be consistent in most of the races, and so they're going to be a good pick, I feel. I went with Limers next, just because I kept talking about the Limers, and I have to believe in them. So I have to suffer their losses by picking them. And this is a new event. We've never seen Marbula 1 done by marbles before. It's going to be a lot different. So maybe the Limers will shine. Savage Speeders I threw in there because I figured they would be helpful in some way. They probably won't get last every time. I figured that. And then I went with you with Team Galactic and the Green Ducks, like you had for my last two, because those are solid teams. They're expected to do well. I did not pick the Raspberry Racers because it's not a smart pick because they're not going to go from first place to doing really well in Marbula 1. And to me, it's not a good pick. But I definitely see most of them. Momo is kind of like me picking Limers. You pick it because you like the team, but hey, not expecting much from there. But yeah, I definitely think Mellow Yellow was a good pick in this situation.
All right, cool.
Wolves, do you have some picks?
Yeah, I put myself in the fantasy league. So if I can remember at the top of my head, but
All right, then we'll end with your picks because we're almost cresting an hour here, as I like to say. So
almost there. But
go ahead.
So I put Hazers as my first just because I gotta represent, and I also
Hazers, good.
I saw a lot of Hazers as well, but they also did really well this year in the Marble Olympics, and I think that will carry over when they're doing Marbula 1. And then I said, I picked our Rangers because I think I've always liked the Rangers just because they're a very consistent team and they're always like a good pick because like they're never super bad and like because they're kind of like above average, but like after times they can do like really well in some events, and I think they'll be able to do some very well in some tracks depending on the layout, and I think they'll be able to go very fast just because of how well they've done in like speed-based tracks, and I think that would also carry over when we're doing Marble Leagues in the straightaway. So then I think, I'd say Green Ducks after that just because I really liked the idea of them when they came in first, and I rooted for them, and they did really well this year. So I think I chose them just because of their popularity and how well they did. And then I picked Raspberry Racers just because they also did very well, and I think a lot of people also picked them just because they placed first this year, right? I think that's where they placed. Yeah, and I wanted to have the very best this year somewhere placed. And then lastly, I put Team Galactic because I appreciate their work effort. Wait, no, did I say that right? Yeah, work ethic.
Yeah, their work
ethic.
You said it as best you could.
Yeah.
Work effort. Hey, that goes back to like the beginning of this
I always forget that
thing, right? Something about work and effort, and work. I don't know.
I don't know.
I just know that we're trying.
But
they put good effort into it.
They put work into their effort, but they're also hosting this year, so I expect that they're on top of their game. That's basically how I chose my team.
Well, we'll see, right? I mean, like definitely we've seen some difficulties with the hosting and all that kind of stuff, but we'll have to just see where it takes us. I think that just about wraps it up for tonight, though. I'm hoping I can get episode 28 out finally. But you hope everyone out there has a happy new year. And this was our second half host tryout. We had MFA a couple weeks ago, and this is Wolves. So these are the two. These are the two I'm considering. When you think about these candidates, don't consider too much the audio quality because it is a requirement if they take the position that they'll be getting an actually better mic, so don't think about that too much. More think about the chemistry with me and Waf as they talk, the points they bring to the table, the kind of new segments or things like that they offered, all those aspects. Audio quality, that's kind of something that it will be figured out.
Yeah.
All right, so more think about the performance. Yeah, that's a guarantee. Just like how mine was better from episode 1, I think.
If we based on audio quality, I never would have been the co-host ever.
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't have. But you know what, Waf? My audio quality was just as bad as yours back in the day. Back in the Marble Olympics days. Yeah. We could call it the Marble Olympics days.
Because that's
remember.
The last era of the Marble Olympics. The last era of the Marble Olympics.
You'd be that guy, yeah. I know, right? I mean, we'll never forget them. We'll never forget those old Olympics of marble.
Never forget.
But, never forget exactly. But, I think that does wrap it up, though. So, we're going to just get out of here and, let's get to that outro song, right? Yeah. Good.
Cool.
Bye. I wonder which bye he'll come.